Hello guys, my name is Balakrishna Srivastava and welcome to CodeWithBK. So before we begin, it is a request to please subscribe to my channel, and all the other questions are solved in separate videos, and the link of those videos you can find in the description of this video. There is a separate playlist as well that contains all the videos for all the solutions of this competency set of practice questions. So this is the question. Take a minute and give this a reading. So you have to define a class to accept the marks of 100 students in an array and print the statistics as mentioned above. So my eyebrows went up because you will have to accept marks for 100 students. So I have to type like 100 input marks. I'll find a way to do that as well. And then you have to print the statistics that above 90, you have to count the number of students that have scored above 90 and print between 80 to 90, 60 to 80 and so on. And below 60. All right. So I'm going to write a class question 78. You can name the class anything you want as long as it is a valid identifier name, valid class name. The data member is going to be an integer array to store the marks. You can choose double or float as well, as long as it is a valid numerical type. You're okay. All right, you can choose long as well, but that would be overkill. Now we need to accept marks. So first let me just create the array. So I'm going to write a default constructor which is going to provide memory to this array for 100 students. You can choose to initialize the array in this very same line, but I'm doing it within the constructor because the job of the constructor is to initialize data members with values. All right, the method to accept 100 integers. So public void accept. So I'm going to create a scanner object so that we can read input from the user, scanner system.in and scanner.close. Prompt the user to enter 100 marks. Read 100 input marks from the user. So I'm going to say a print statement system.out.println in this case, enter marks for 100 students. And then this is going to be for int I equal to 0, I less than 100, I plus plus, right? And the ith marks goes into the ith location, so scanner dot next int. So this will read 100 marks into this into the array. Then method to print the statistics. So public void print stats. You can do print statistics or name the method whatever you want as long as it has a valid meaning. You can name the method anything you want. Don't make it foo. That makes no sense. Method name should reflect the purpose it is used for. So we need to count the number of marks above 90, then 80 to 90, 60 to 80, below 60. So above 90 is clear, greater than 90. From 80 to 90, I'm going to assume this is greater than 80 to 90. From greater than equal to 60 to less than 80. My counters are going to be C1 equal to 0, int C2 equal to 0, int C3 equal to 0, int C4 equal to 0. So this is for greater than 90. This is for greater than 80. And less than equal to 90. And this is for greater than equal to 60. And less than equal to 80. So you can see 90 is included in this range and not in this range. Similarly, 80 is included in this range and not in this range, and 60 is included in this range and not in this range. So this is going to be less than 60. All right, so all I have to do is iterate each marks in the array. I'm using a for each loop. So first, if mark is greater than 90, so C1 plus plus. Else if, so this entire else after the first if is going to be mark less than equal to 90, because we have already considered greater than 90. For less than equal to 90, we need to consider greater than 80. So less than equal to 90 and mark greater than 80. So for all less than equal to 90 case, we pick the ones which are greater than 80. So C2 plus plus is the second range. Else if, so the entire else part is mark less than equal to 80. And within these marks which are less than equal to 80, if I have mark greater than equal to 60, this is my third range. I do C3 plus plus, and else part finally is all the marks less than 60. Okay, below 60, which is C4 plus plus. Okay, now I have to print in the following format range and number of students. So I'm going to use system.out.printf for formatted output. How printf works is explained in detail in a separate video. The link of the video you can find in the description of this video, or you can search the video on my channel. Okay, so I'm going to say first range and number of students. So sys out, okay, printf percent minus 8s, okay, space number of students occupies how many characters, 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. So percent minus 20. Okay, and change a line, and I say the first string to be passed is range and then number of students. Okay, let me make s lowercase so that it matches the requirement number of students. Does not make a difference at all. Okay, so I have to print 4 more statements for each range. So I need to print 4 more statements. Okay, the first range was above 90, so I'll say above 90. Then it was 80 to 90, 80 to 90. Then it was 60 to 80, 60 to 80. Then it was below 60, below 60. And then you have to pass. Okay, so you can make this %20d. Okay, for counters. Okay, so you pass C1, C2, C3 and C4. Okay, if you want to pass these arguments as string, you can do plus blank blank and make this s, means the same. Okay, you are making this a string and then passing a string. So this is a format specifier for a string. Okay, either ways I'm going to keep it integers because we are just passing integers. So this % is format specifier for integers. % minus 20 means 20 spaces left aligned. Okay, if I pass simply %20, it means 20 spaces right aligned. Okay, okay, aligning all the columns to the left, this should give me the right output. Okay, so I need to create an object and run the methods. So Q78 in this case, o.accept and o.print stats. Okay, all right, so I need to provide 100 marks. I cannot type 100 marks, so I'm going to run this code in a different IDE in which I can redirect input from a file. Okay, give me a second. So this is a helper method, a static method in this class that is going to generate 100 random integers and print to this file name between the ranges min and max. So I'm going to pass a range 40 to 100 and I'm going to pass a file name to which this will be generated. So let me open this in a separate IDE. So also written a main method that calls this function to generate values between 40 to 100 in this file marks.txt. So I'm going to compile and run. Okay, and there should be a marks.txt. Okay, contains 100 marks. You see till line 100. Okay, and we pass this marks.txt input to this question 78. Okay, so let me just compile this question 78. Okay, oh, I need to do this marks.txt. all right, this is good. So for range, for above 90 we have 17, 80 to 90 we have 13, 60 to 80 we have 40, below 60 we have 30. A lot of people perform bad, so below 60 is 30. Tough paper. Okay, so if you go to this marks, okay, let's just count above 90. So greater than 90 is, this is equal to 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yep, 17 people with above 90. And you can, if you want, if you have time, you can actually keep scrolling this and count the number of marks for the number of students for the other ranges. Okay, all right, so this was your solution for question 78. Right, and I hope this was helpful. Okay, so this is question 79. So take a minute and give this reading. Okay, so you have to check if the password that is input by the user is strong or not, and there are condition given for a strong password. I have already solved a very detailed problem, very similar problem that checks if a password is valid or not. And this question is very similar to that. You just have to count the number of uppercase letters, lowercase letters, digits, special characters. All right. So a password is strong if the length of the password is at least 12, should have at least 4 uppercase, 4 lowercase, 2 digits, and 2 special characters. So you can sum 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 comes out to be 12, right? So at least 12 characters, okay? Define a class to accept password, check whether the password is strong or not, okay? So I am going to write class Q79. You can name the class anything you want as long as this is a valid class name, valid identifier name. The data member is basically a string which is just the input password by the user. Okay, I'm going to write an accept method to accept this password from the user. To accept an input from the user, I'm going to write a scanner class object. Okay, system.in scanner.close. Okay, prompt the user to enter a password. Okay, this is out, print enter a password string. Okay, and I read the password using scanner dot next line. Okay, so you can use next or you can use next line. When you are using next to read input, a word is read. When you are using next line, the entire line of input is read, and there is no requirement here that says that the input password cannot have a white space. Okay, so you should consider also the fact that the input string can have a white space, and so you should be using next line. Okay, even if you use next in this case, that should be okay, right? This is a very minor difference here that won't really matter, and I don't think you'll be losing marks for it. So next or next line either will work. I will use next line because I want to read the entire line of input as my input password. Okay, then I have to check if this password is strong or not. So public boolean is strong password. Okay, so this method will return true if the password that is input by the user is strong. It will return false if the password input by the user is not strong. Okay, and I will write a separate method public void show to print if this is a strong password or not. Okay, so if you want to code show first, okay, is strong password else. Okay, so I can say sys out. I can also print the password, right? I can say backslash plus password plus backslash is a strong password. Okay, or the else part would be is not a strong password. Okay, so coding this now, password is strong if it has at least 12 characters, 4 uppercase, 4 lowercase, 2 digits, 2 special characters at least. Okay, so first thing we check, if the length is less than 12, we return false. Okay, so we say if password dot length is less than 12, it does not have at least 12 characters, I simply return false. Okay, then I count the number of uppercase, lowercase, digits and special characters, and finally I compare if they match the requirement, the count requirement for uppercase, 4 lowercase, 2 digits, 2 special characters. So I can take counters for all of them. I'll say int count of uppercase letters. Okay, this is a very long variable name, but that's okay because I have to type it on a system. Count lowercase characters. Okay, then I have to count digits, then I have to count special characters. Okay, special characters. Okay, all right, so I'm going to iterate this entire string I less than password dot length I plus plus, pick up the ith character ch at this index password dot caret I. Okay, now I will increment the count, the corresponding count for uppercase, lowercase, digit, special character based upon what type of character this is. So if this is an uppercase letter, okay, so if character dot is uppercase, okay, you have a separate function in character class. It is a static function, so you can call it directly using the class name, and you pass ch. If this is an uppercase letter, I say count uppercase letter plus plus. Okay, the other way to check for uppercase letters is you can check for ASCII values. You can say ch is greater than equal to uppercase a and ch is less than equal to lowercase z. So if the ASCII value of this character is lies between uppercase a and uppercase z, it is an uppercase letter. Okay, similarly you can check for lowercase letter. You can do this exact same thing, and you can use is lowercase. You have a corresponding function for lowercase as well. you say count lowercase letters plus plus. Okay, or you can do this part, cs is greater than equal to lowercase a and cs less than equal to lowercase z. Okay, then to check for digit, we also have another method is digit. Okay, and I say count digits plus plus. Okay, all right, and then you have to check for special characters. Okay, all right, so what is a special character? A special character is one that is not a letter, not a digit, and also not a white space. So in order to check for special character, a character does not have to be a letter, does not have to be a digit, and it does not have to be a white space. So if not character is digit, okay, if the character is not a digit and character is not a letter, there is a separate function to check for letter, and character is also not a white space, is white space. Okay, if these three conditions are met, then it is a special character, and then you say count special characters plus plus. Okay, so if you remove this part, then white space also becomes a special character, which we don't want. Okay, white space is a white space, white space is not a special character. Okay, so you eliminate white space, you eliminate letter, you eliminate digit, and whatever is left is your special character. Okay, so by the end of this for loop, you have the count for the uppercase characters, lowercase character, digits, and special character in these corresponding counters. And now we just need to check if these counters are equal to 4, 4, 2, 2 for their respective cases. So return count uppercase letters has to be greater than equal to 4, at least 4. Okay, and count for lowercase characters has to be at least 4, and count for digits has to be at least 2, and count for special characters has to be at least 2. Okay, so if all these 4 conditions are met, then it is a strong password, and that's why we return true. Okay, and this is your code for question 79. Okay, I'm going to write some code in the main to test this. This is question 79, o equal to new question 79, o dot accept and o dot show. Okay, the show method is calling is strong password or not. Okay, all right, so we need at least 12 characters, 4 uppercase, 4 lowercase. So Bal Krishna ISHN. Okay, 5 uppercase, 5 lowercase, 2 special characters, and 2 digits. Okay, is a strong password. Okay, let me just copy this, run this again. Okay, I'm going to make this 4, 4 and 1 less digit, not a strong password. Okay, because I missed out on a digit. Running this again, I add a digit, remove a special character, and this is not a strong password. Running it again, I add another special character, which is %, add another digit, this should be a strong password. Okay, then running it again, I add another letter instead of the digit, not a strong password. Okay, so this code is correct. Okay, and this is your code for question 79. Okay, and we are done with all the questions of, okay, the answer key starts. So we are done with all the questions of ICSE Computer Applications Class 10 Competency Focused Practice Questions for 2025 boards. So you can find the links to videos containing solutions for all the other questions in the description of this video. So make sure that you check the description of this video. Okay, and I guess this is my last video for ICSE before your boards exams. I don't think I'll be able to add anything else. If you guys want anything else specifically for your exams, please let me know. After 2025 board exams, I don't think I'll be adding anything ICSE anymore. Okay, I'll move on to something else, more for the college students and for professionals. Okay, so let me know if you need anything more from my side. I'll try to help you as much as I can. So please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching.